before we go much further and even get into the meat of the show, we gotta once again thank Professor Tanya M. Evans for showing up.
Dr. Professor.
Dr. Professor, because Terrance, you created a clip of one of the points that she was making, and that thing has thousands of views.
Oh, I knew that was a clip as soon as she said it. I made a mental note. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna
Right.
cut this one up.
And so once again, we are on Patreon. So folks, there is a lot more to that conversation that didn't come out in the general podcast that is for our patrons only. So head over to patreon.com/the Tech John, and you can become a member and get access to those benefits as well. But I would once again say thank you so much. And this is how impressive it was to me. My dad, my daddy, he actually called me yesterday and said, son, I listened to your podcast. And I actually listened to the whole thing. It's like, usually I just listen to the first 5 or 6 minutes. You start talking about stuff I don't care about. But
thanks.
Yeah,
Dad.
so
I know.
thanks,
Dad.
you know what? I will take the
support.
support where I can get the support. It's just like, the fact that
Hey,
he
as long
actually
as
is
5 minutes
downloading.
counts as a listen. I mean, is there a time, that you got to listen long enough that it counts as a listen? Like, listen, just long enough to count as a listen.
Yeah, I was like, Pops, this one you need to listen to. Not only did he listened, played it back a couple. Oh, that was a good point. Let me go back and get this. And he said, listening to people talk about money is not generally something that I do, because in his mind, no one can count his money better than he can count it himself. So that's just how he rolls. But he's like, no, this was really interesting in the way she broke down what Bitcoin actually is and how it works. Made him go out, because he has a Cash App account, and he put a little money and bought him some Bitcoin. So it worked. We got at least one.
Well,
my pops.
To juxtapose that with my father, because I had that same conversation. I had to force my family to get into a chat group. So my whole point with getting them in the chat group is to share information like this. So when we had the conversation, I cut the clip. I actually sent that clip to my family, and it started the conversation. Then it got to the point to where investment part, well, can't you just do it for me? I'm like, that defeats the purpose of you managing your wealth if I'm doing it for you. I gave you the link. I'm sending some other links, like real basic. What is Bitcoin? Real basic. He's like, oh, well, can't you just do it for me? I'm like, oh.
No, I can't.
But no, I don't know. Maybe we will.
That's what's up. I mean, I think that's was the whole point of this podcast, is just to get the information to our
people exposed.
That they need to stay up on what's happening in this tech economy, in this innovation economy. So it just confirms why this content is so relevant and necessary for our community, and really just gives, I think, all of us the motivation to keep going.